What is up, everybody? Welcome back to GSA Celeste Any Percent. My name is Zojalix. I'm back on the mic here with my good friend Dave Stereo, and we are coming at you with a race between blackpear420 and Millay. How you feeling about this race, Dave?
Yo, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm looking up their PBs right now. It's looking like we've got about 30 seconds. Around 30
seconds?
Yeah, 30 and some change. It's going to be a really close race, and looking forward to it.
All right, I'm excited. So we just recently came off of the race between Aurora Dash and Flare Bear. Aurora Dash able to take a really solid win against Flare Bear in that race, partially due to some keyboard effects. Flare Bear's controller dying at the last little bit of the race and him having to switch to keyboard at a very inopportune point in time. But even still, shout outs to Flare for finishing up that race, nabbing a couple of points, and now it looks like we're already getting started with this race. I'm hyped for this. Good luck to both of the runners, and holy cow, there is some massive stomping happening on the floor above me, so that'll be really interesting to see how that all gets picked up by my mic.
Don't think we're actually hearing anything.
Oh, well, that works out best for everybody then. All right, so no deaths in the prologue this time. I still love the way that the league opens up with a prologue death. Solid way to start the league. Pretty great. Looks like blackpear is going in and turning on his speedrun timer. Looks like he didn't have it on for the file, so he's going to have to turn it on here, which is perfectly fine. Glad that we got that figured out, so that way everybody knows where he is at in terms of time. So now RTA style, Millay is going to be ahead, but we're going to see a quick sync of the in-game timers. And so again, City, nothing. Well, I guess you would say nothing too abnormal, but with the way that City has been optimized, there's so many different mechanics that are used that it's actually really hard to actually explain all of them in the terms of City, because it just goes by so fast. Oh, and Millay, he's going to be taking a death right off the bat, which is going to allow for blackpear to take an early lead.
Yeah, generally a lot of these screens are done the same by all players, but a couple micro strats are different. I like to call them micro strats, but there's a couple key screens where you might see one or two different strats from players.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really cool. I love watching City runs, just being able to see the way that different runners have come up with different things, because some of these micro strats, as you would call them, are literally just done. They're not necessarily any different when it comes to time's sake, but just a matter of comfort for some of these runners.
All right, so we had, I believe that was a 135 versus a 140.
I think you're right on that. So that's going to be a lead for blackpear coming out of City and going into Old Site. Old Site, honestly, one of my favorite chapters just because of the dream block. I love that mechanic and the way that it can be used. And first of all, the sound effect of it is really cool. And to be able to get some really solid dream block chains is just really cool to watch. And Millay messing up some momentum, or I'm not sure if he hit the spike or just messed up some momentum things, but he had to take another death there, and that's going to allow for blackpear to continue on with his lead, getting as he moves up to intervention, otherwise known as a battle and chase. Again, one of those parts where the adrenaline just really hits you early on because you got the intense music that flows with the dream blocks, plus you've got Battlein now chasing you, and I think it's like a 4-second. She mirrors everything that you do 4 seconds after you do it, and so just make sure you aren't staying in one spot for 4 seconds or going back to some places that you might have been at the right time, which I'm pretty sure I just stumbled over a lot of words there.
Oh, but, no, you're good.
As long as you kind of understood what I was saying, just making sure you're not running into Battlein, and it can look super satisfying for this movement.
Yeah, both these players getting really good Battlein sections. This blackpear is finishing out here, and Millay in the last screen of the Battlein chase.
Oh, blackpear kind of stumbling right there in that one little section, but it's only going to lose about a second and a half, maybe two. And which at this point, even in the race, it having some of those stumbling points really won't matter too much, but you got to make sure you're not allowing for stumbling points all the time, because in Celeste, sometimes a simple second time loss can make the difference. So we're seeing a 325 come out from blackpear for his old site. Very clean. It looks like Millay is going to be finishing up at about a 338. Actually, maybe a high 337 it look is what we're looking at. So again, oh no, low 338. Wow.
How's just frames?
Yeah. Oh, and blackpear taking a death in the first section of Resort. So that is definitely going to be a little bit of time for Millay to be able to make up there as we go on through Resort. Resort being one of the most difficult chapters because these dust bunnies are operating on a cycle based, but even if you die, the cycles don't reset every time you die. The only time the cycles will reset is if you leave the screen and enter it again. And so I know that early on in the development of the Celeste speedrun is some runners would actually just anticipate the death and just immediately go in and retry and have the death cycle, as they called it, and would just play with that. But then as the run's gotten better and better and more optimized, very few runners, I don't know of any runners that still opt for a death cycle right off the bat.
Yeah, I know for me personally, there's only really like one screen in 3B that I prefer to do on death cycle every time. But yeah, you know, you just go with what's comfort, or with what you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, blackpear approaching the huge mess movement.
This movement is so satisfying to watch, because just the way that the runners have all come together and optimized, just being able to move through, because there isn't a risk of dying, but you can easily stumble and trip on so many of these different parts of the resort that just make it really technically difficult, but also really technically satisfying to be able to get it in a run.
Blackpear with a nice first try spike jump on that screen. Gonna be hitting this button at nice 514.
Millay coming up behind him, still a ways behind, but we're only, oh, and Millay takes a death there, not able to make the cycle there fast enough. So that will hurt him a little bit more, as he's looking at about a 533, 534, or no, maybe, no, I'm counting way too fast. 535 to be hitting that button. So we're seeing close to a 20-second lead for blackpear, if I'm correct. So very, very good start for blackpear. Millay needing to make up some time if he wants to take the win here. But again, we're only 6 minutes into the race. A lot can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. blackpear's going to be hitting the final button here at 6:09. I'm pretty sure that was like a button sync across two different rooms.
So yeah, definitely but one section ahead for blackpear against Millay here, as blackpear moves up through his elevator shaft, in which he's got Demo Dash coming up here in just a little bit. Now, we've definitely been seeing some runners in Demo Dash have been opting for the checkpoint versus checkpoint lists. And both of these runners, Millay, I know, finished, both of these runners actually, I think, finished middle of the pack in the regular season last season. So, yeah, blackpear's going to be opting for the checkpoint. Very respectable there, as it was recently tabulated. Actually, I think today. It's about a 3-second loss if you get it first try, but you take the checkpoint, versus getting it first try without taking the checkpoint. But if you don't take the checkpoint and die, it's 7 seconds of a time loss versus 4 seconds if you take the checkpoint and die. So it's not a shocker at all to see runners opting for the checkpoint and taking the lesser time loss versus a combined one.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, final low Shiro section coming up for both players. The blackpear's been looking to have a good one so far. Oh, and as I say that, taking a death in the final screen, actually. Gonna have to adjust to the new cycles.
That can definitely be rough, especially with this room, because it's so punishing to die here.
And you got to be used to going both ways, either the top or the bottom route in the final Oshiro screen, because if you trip up some movement, he might be like gunning across the top of the screen when you're trying to go top, the top route. So you got to be adjusted to be going the bottom route and knowing how you can save every little bit of time, regardless of which direction you have to go in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, blackpear, starting off chapter 4. Gonna be hitting the corner boost to start things off. Very nice.
Now got a solid lead for blackpear here in chapter 4.
Alright, nice coin room from blackpear. Oh, unfortunately missing the first cloud.
Over the cloud. Oh, and he falls again. Kind of tripping up a little bit there. I know, at least for me, Golden Ridge is honestly one of the hardest levels in the game. The wind mechanics are just so hard, and they can really throw you off. So definitely not a surprise to be seeing some runners struggling with that.
It's lots of precise wall bounces and landings. Yeah, chapter 4 is definitely one of the more difficult ones. Alright, you got a spike jump coming up from Millay. There we go, nice first try. blackpear going to be setting up this next room with a reverse hyper. Grounded ultra to get to that second bubble.
Oh.
Yeah, blackpear misses that bunny hop on that block, so has to do a backup strat there.
Oh,
okay.
And he falls and takes a death on the spike there.
Then overall just opts to take a dash jump off of the cloud to get to that third block.
All right, now he's going to be getting ready. Doesn't look like blackpear is going to be opting for the more difficult skip, unless... Oh, he does, but he does kind of a different version of it. I actually haven't seen that method of it being done that way before. Really interesting to see that being pulled out from blackpear here as he enters cliff face. Millay not opting for that strat, just decides to play it safe. Not risk taking a death there.
Nice little snowball bop from blackpear. Getting the dash back upon hitting the snowball so you can ultra out of the screen.
Oh, blackpear messing up the reverse wave dash on using the bubble. So he's going to take a death there, but he's approaching now the final screen of Golden Ridge. Still a 256 for him. Very, very solid time to come out of Golden Ridge there. With Millay now trying to come up behind him as fast as he can. He's only got a couple of screens left. Millay not taking the death there from the reverse wave dash. And so now it looks like Millay might be coming out with a faster ridge in general, but due to some of the early game stuff, blackpear is still holding on a solid lead of a little bit more than 10 seconds, if I am correct.
All right, let's see what time they unlock the next door coming up. See, so on the file time, blackpear's going to be unlocking at about a 11:30.
And so now we've got blackpear coming up in the dev corner boost. Oh, but he messes it up, isn't able to get all the way up there. So he is going to have to do it the casual way. A little bit rough there, but is fine. It's not too major of a time loss. So we'll see if Millay is able to make it up there. Actually, Millay coming in at 11:53, so he's about 23 seconds behind blackpear right now. We'll see if he's able to make up some of that time with a more solid Dev's corner boost. And he flings up, gets it about halfway. Not sure how much time he's able to make up in total.
It saves a little bit of time there. Let's see, I want to see how Millay enters the next room here. Is it a upright dash? Oh, all right. So yeah, this upright dash, a lot of times you can chain that into a instant reverse hyper off of that platform. Very fast, and blackpear was actually going for it as well. I wanted to see if Millay was going to hit it first try. So we got blackpear approaching the Bubs drop, and Millay about to start their 5B. All right, getting the nice wall jump there. Checkpoint abuse from blackpear. Nice little reverse dash jump off of that, the button.
All right, Millay coming up now, and he's able to get Bubs drop first try. Very well done there from him. I got a little bit distracted from something, but my guess is both runners were able to hit Bubs drop first try.
Yes.
So now blackpear entering the mirror at about a 13:32. Close to there, Millay looking to come in right behind him. Oh, and blackpear takes a death on his descent. Definitely one of the more punishing rooms that runners will be coming up against.
Oh, blackpear doesn't get their dash.
Oh no, and he doesn't get the coin from the Seeker. Gonna have to wait for him to reset there. Oh, and he takes a death there. Definitely seeing a little bit of trouble here in the mirror before he even gets up to the Theo segment. Gonna be interesting to see how he plays this out. Is able to snag that there. Millay able to make up some time on blackpear by hitting the coin a lot faster. Doesn't get trolled by the Seeker as he moves across. Is playing the Secret section very cleanly, going up right behind blackpear as blackpear now enters the gauntlet room. Again, seeing some trouble from runners from this. Specifically, Aurora Dash really struggled with this before. blackpear kind of tripping himself up a little bit, but is able to proceed very cleanly, still able to back it up. Nice improv there. Millay now right behind him in the gauntlet room. Again, one of the more punishing screens. Millay able to move across there very cleanly. Oh, but in the impossible room, blackpear takes 2 deaths. Millay taking 1 in his room that he is in as well. Getting so close. Oh no, blackpear forgot Theo. What is he doing? Can't just take off without Theo. All right, we're very close now. Actually, it looks like Millay has taken the lead as they come out of 5B. What a turnaround there.
Makes up so much time in that 5B. Alrighty, we got a race. I mean, it's always been a race, but now this is much closer of a race.
Yeah, it is definitely a lot closer. That 20-second lead now has been made up by Millay, so it'll be very interesting to see. blackpear enters the lake at a 15:37. Millay coming in, RTA right behind him, but IGT will probably be slightly ahead. blackpear able to nail lake skip. 15:32, so about a 5-second difference there between blackpear and Millay. Oh, but blackpear takes a death there in that screen. That one not as punishing as some of the others, but still, deaths there is not something you want to have, especially this late into the race. Now, Millay not dying there, so that's going to give him a couple of seconds more of an advantage over blackpear.
Oh, blackpear going for the, trying to get this block out of the way, but unfortunately, dashing a little too low.
And no 6B is going to be seen here from either of these runners. Can't say I'm too surprised. 6B. I'm not gonna lie, I was really surprised to see the 6B getting pulled out by Aurora Dash in the last run, but still really cool to see that. Gonna be really interesting to see how that develops as a route.
Yeah, honestly, I do believe you're gonna start seeing it more and more in the future. It's gonna get to that point, man. I'm telling you.
Probably will. At some point, you know, we're just gonna see the B any% runs end up being your regular any%. Because they're gonna figure out a way to make all the B-sides faster.
Oh yeah, if only. If only it made sense for chapters 1 and 2.
That would be insane. So now we're seeing both runners getting closer to their respective battling boosts. Again, we're seeing about a 20-second desync here from the in-game timers. Don't know if we're gonna see a sync happening in Reflection. Probably will wait until Summit just so that way we can get not risk for any more further desyncs as we go through. Blackpear kind of tripped up a little bit there, but a 17:45 as he skips the cutscene before entering the I guess the battling foreshadow.
Yeah, it's the granny cutscene.
Yeah, the granny cutscene, and a 17:37, so about an 8-second lead for Millay in this race.
Blackpear getting the nice 7-tended skips. Let's see if Millay goes for the fast version. All right, yeah, it takes all possible skips. Okay.
And he's able to get it very clean. He kind of tripped up a little bit there, but in all reality, he was able to hit all of them without needing to use the checkpoints, so still very clean play. Blackpear sliding his way through Battle and Boost, entering their battling fight at about 18:31. Millay coming in right behind him, RTA, but slightly ahead IGT. Looks like he's going to be hitting that.
Oh no! Early cutscene skip. No.
Oh, that's going to hurt, but he's still got about 4 seconds ahead Blackpear right now on IGT as we enter the battling fight. This race is still so close. Oh, Blackpear taking a death there. Oh, but Millay gets kind of tripped up, but is still able to dodge the laser. Really good improv from him. Both runners now playing their battle and fight. Definitely one of the more high-intensity segments. Oh, and Blackpear dies going for Featherless.
Yeah, trying to chain all of these Ultra Dashes here. Very precise.
He's able to get it second try, but still, that is definitely one of the more punishing deaths in the battle and fight. It'll be really interesting to see if Millay is going to die there the same. He chains the Ultras together. He's able to get it on his first try. That will save him a little bit more time, extending his lead.
Yeah, Blackpear was trying to start that sequence with a reverse hyper going into it, and it makes the room like considerably harder. Like, yeah, you know, you save a couple frames like that, but you make the room considerably harder, and that is honestly what Celeste is all about.
Yep. Reverse hypers, man, I gotta tell you, I think reverse hypers are probably the mechanic that I struggle with the most to get consistently. Just the fast twitch that requires to make them work.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
But
and you know, it's not even just like the directions, but when you time your A press, if you want to get your dash back or not. Yeah, it's incredibly nuanced.
It is very, very tough. So now, oh, Blackpear taking another death in his second round of the battle and fight. Millay continuing to move through. Ultimately, he's playing this much cleaner as he gets tripped up on the little rock there. But still playing a much cleaner battle and fight over Blackpear, so this will allow him to save considerable more amount of time. Blackpear now looking at in the final screen of the battle and fight. Looking like he's going to be wrapping this one up at a 21:06. 21:05 is his last, is ending the battle.
Oh,
Millay
into
it.
the laser.
Oh no, that could very easily have shifted the lead there. Because that is one of the most punishing deaths, and that definitely will shift the lead. Blackpear has now taken the lead, 21-25.
No
Ending
way.
reflection for Blackpear. Millay coming in right behind him though, but that is going to hurt.
Wait, is this tied? Is it tied? Wait,
Oh,
hold on.
it might be tied.
Oh wait, no. Okay, Blackbear's got to lead by like 3 seconds.
Oh, but still,
Okay.
we got 3-second differences coming into the summit. Definitely going to be super hype. Really hoping we get a sync here the moment that Millay jumps into the summit, because it could be really interesting to see how close these runners are. This race, folks, is coming down to the wire. I want to see you guys in chat who you have rooting for. Oh, and Millay taking a death there at the start of the summit. Definitely not a solid way. Definitely not a way you want to start this out. But still, looking at how we make this all, at how Millay is going to close this one out. It's so close. Oh, and Millay is going to be taking another death there. Definitely seeing Blackpear continuing on with the lead. He's going to be hitting the alley-oop at a 22:02. Millay, coming in right behind Blackpear, probably looking at a 22:12. 22:11, still about a 9-second lead from Blackpear, but that's still so close. I don't know. I can't honestly call who is going to win this race because it is so easy to lose that time. Blackpear now. Oh,
we're talking about reverses.
What a recovery. Oh, and he takes another death there. That is definitely going to be something that Millay is going to use to catch up. There's less than a second difference. Oh, and Blackpear with another death. That will allow for Millay to be able to take the lead here. This is so close.
Oh my god, Blackpear.
Oh, Blackpear tripping up again, having to take the retry.
Oh, not getting the dash.
No. Come on, Blackpear. You can do this, dude. There he goes, able to make it through. 23 on the dot for the alley-oop there for Millay. Oh, this is going to be so rough. Probably looking at 23-13. We've got a 13-second lead for Millay as we're in 1,000 meters. This race is so close because even now, even still, there is no clear winner.
Yeah, Summit's a third of the game. So, man.
Definitely.
Way too intense.
This is so intense.
I just had my eyes glued to this.
I mean, I can't imagine taking your eyes off of this. Oh no, Blackpear
one of the
falls down to the spikes. Losing time not only to the fall, but then eventually hitting the spikes where he has to start the room over. 23:49 for Millay as he hits the last alley-oop to enter 1,500. Blackpear needs to start cleaning this up. Cleaning up the summit if he wants to win. Kind of tripping up a little bit there, but is able to make it work. 24:05. We got less than, you got about 16-second lead for Millay.
Okay. Yeah, Millay's having a nice 1,500 so far. Nice backups there at the end of that screen.
Taking it, playing it safe. Definitely respectable when it's this close. It'll be really interesting. Oh no, Millay, he misses the ultra there and has to just take the retry. His momentum gets a little bit hecked on him as he has to now reset. Oh no, and now he's got to do this run with the room with the death cycle. Blackpear, he's going to be dying himself as well.
Nice adjustments to the new cycles with that.
Oh no, and Millay missing the dash there, having to reset as he doesn't have a dash, and Blackpear missing his dash to go down. He is dying.
God,
Players are trading deaths here, back and forth. This is so intense. 25:01 there for Millay as he wraps up. Here now, Blackpear not too far behind. 25:10, 25:11, about a 9.5-second difference here for both runners. This race is so close.
There have been so many deaths this summit so far.
definitely. This could very easily show some insane trade-off. blackpear getting another death. He needs to clean this up. This is not what he wants right now. Millay, he takes a death as well. Oh my goodness. It's so hard to tell who's in the lead. All right, Millay now. He's going to be going for... he's choosing to play it safe and just do the one auto-scroller skip. blackpear is going to be... Oh, no! blackpear fails the auto-scroller skip. That is such a huge time loss. That is not it. Oh, no, and he dies again. Oh, that is not the time loss you want to see if you are blackpear. He now has to hope for some sort of miracle that Millay fails something. blackpear continuing to go for the auto-scroller skip, but it is not connecting. blackpear, you need to change what you're doing. This is not working. Finally, he gets it, but that loses so much time. Oh my goodness.
Millay has definitely pulled ahead here. That's the time they grab the final battle in.
26-27. This is now officially Millay's race to lose. So many failed attempts on that auto-scroller skip. It is so punishing. And to fail it that many times is so rough. But now the ball is in Millay's court. And like I said, this is his race to lose.
blackpear approaching the final orb. Let's see what time.
Oh,
27:01.
27:01. That's like 34-second lead now for Millay. The ball here is in his court, and with the way blackpear has been playing Summit, he's got to clean a lot of things up and hope that Millay just starts messing some things up. And blackpear taking another death as he goes for the strat on those dash blocks.
Yeah, death in this final screen here from Millay could, be what blackpear needs.
If you're blackpear, you're really hoping for a death, but if you're Millay, you're hoping to just play it safe, do what you know how to do, and just close out the run as cleanly as you can. Right now, in Millay's position, he doesn't need to go for anything crazy. If he goes for something crazy and messes something up, that could be the opening that blackpear needs to take over. Millay now entering into into 3,000 meters. blackpear is struggling a little bit on this door skip. He's got 2 deaths already in that now, as he finally is able to get it on his 3rd try. Again, this is not what blackpear needs to see. But this is everything Millay could hope for. He's just playing everything so well, moving through. blackpear trying his best. Oh no! Missing.
How did you get smushed like that? How do you get smushed like that?
I don't know, but that's gotta hurt. Getting smushed, that loses so much time. blackpear is in such rough condition right now. Oh, his run is bleeding out so hard while Millay is just cruising through the rest of 3,000. He's already gone through all of downdraft as he's moving through updraft. And blackpear not just now entering downdraft. This is so commanding for Millay, but it only showed up here in Summit. Millay had taken the lead, I think, in Summit. Or no, blackpear was in the lead in Summit.
And then it was the battle section that swayed it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it was 5B, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 5B. 5B, yeah. blackpear took Millay taking a death there on flag 12.
It's an early press of the dash upon getting the crystal. It's a little bit of opportunity for blackpear, but blackpear is going to need more than a few instances like that.
blackpear takes another death there. Oh, and he takes another one. He's flag 19, really hanging him up now. Oh, and he loses all of his stamina, but is able to back it up. Very well done there from blackpear. Both runners now looking to finish up this race. Millay still in command right now as he hits flag 3. He's only got a little bit left of the run. Looking at a low to mid 30 pace. Seeing Millay
2 flags.
looking up to finish up. blackpear coming in behind him, quite a ways behind. Definitely not the closeout that blackpear wanted to see. Millay now at flag 1. He's going to be wrapping up with what looks like to be a 30-33. Maybe
Very
a high
nice.
32. Still a very solid race time. 30-33 from Millay. blackpear now as he moves up into the last few segments of the race. Definitely still some points on the board for him to be able to snag here. This will help him out as he can get the lead over Archie Bear and Flair if he's able to close out this race in a clean manner.
Yeah, GG's to Millay on clutching out the victory there. blackpear's going to be finishing up the run, trying to get as many points as possible.
We got a 31-21 as he gets up to the last flag. Kind of trips up a little bit there, but it still looks like he's going to be finishing up at about a 31-33. So exactly a minute difference there between the two runners. GG's to blackpear, sorry. And Millay as they finish up. Millay taking his first win in the league with a 30-33. blackpear with the 31-33. Great, honestly, a really great race. It was so hard to tell who was going to be in the lead right there in that race. So again, just excellent play from both runners. It was so hard to tell who was going to be winning that race all the way up until Summit.
Yeah, you know, 5B sort of switched things up, and then Millay was able to get some distance because of the battle in section in chapter 6. But yeah, you know, lots of nerves coming out in that Summit. Yeah, Millay was just able to clutch it out.
Yeah, doing the comparisons here, you look over at Millay's screen, 17 deaths and blackpear with 38. Definitely one of the biggest ways to win in Celeste is just don't die. And you can see the punishment there as over double the amount of deaths on the side of blackpear versus Millay, which is going to be the reason that gives Millay the win here tonight. And so, that being said, that will wrap up this race. Again, GG's to both runners. Coming up in just a little bit, we have Archie Gaming's Programmatic versus M Sushi. So I don't know if you have any more words on this race, Dave.
No, man. Honestly, that was insane. And, you know, you said there was about like 20 deaths between the two, or like a 20 death gap. I think a minute definitely comes out of that 20. But yeah, that, you know, awesome job from both players. Congrats to Millay again for clutching that out. And you know, we still got lots of Celeste left today. What, we got two or three matches? I think we got 3
more matches.
Oh, 2, all right.
2 more matches. We've got Programmatic versus M Sushi, and then we have Psyched versus TGH. So we're gonna go ahead and toss it over to an intermission, and then when we get back from the intermission, we will go ahead and jump into that race. We will see you guys in just a couple of minutes.